Hi guys! So in German we have a group of verbs, they're called separable verbs, or auf Deutsch heißt das trennbare Verben. And basically these verbs have a prefix and a main verb. So the prefix is normally some type of preposition like ab, an, mit, zu, bei, etc. And then your main verb is a verb that can technically stand on its own and mean one thing. The preposition changes it slightly. So like waschen, to wash. Abwaschen means to like wash off, or another way of saying doing the dishes. So in the infinitive, they basically show up like one big word, abwaschen. But if we're going to talk about these things in the present tense, we have to split them or separate them. So we're basically chopping them up. That main verb, your waschen, that gets conjugated in that second spot. Ab will go to the end of your sentence or clause. So to say I do the dishes, ich wasche ab, not ich abwasche. That would be incorrect. The big thing to remember is your verb. Verb is always in that second spot, and the prefix is always at the end of the clause. So if you've got one big long sentence, that's just one clause, you might say something like Ich wasche heute den ganzen Tag alle Gabeln, Löffel, Messer, Gläser und Teller zusammen mit meiner Großmutter ab. So today I'm washing all day all of the forks, spoons, knives, glasses, and plates with my grandmother. Again, waschen, second spot, ab at the end. It also means that if we have like subordinate clauses, that the prefix will be at the end of the clause you're using it in. So I could also say something like Ich wasche heute den ganzen Tag ab, weil meine Mutter krank ist. So weil meine Mutter krank ist, that's a subordinate clause. It does not need that prefix. The prefix is going to go in the clause where that verb is found. So I wash all day because my mother is sick. So we'll still put the prefix at the end of the clause it belongs to. Ich wasche heute den ganzen Tag ab, weil meine Mutter krank ist. When we have modal verbs with separable verbs, it's super easy. That modal verb goes in that second spot, and the separable verb goes to the end in infinitive, just like all modal verbs have the verb in second spot and then another verb at the end in the infinitive. So if I had to say, I always have to do the dishes, ich muss immer abwaschen. So müssen gets conjugated, abwaschen just goes to the end of the sentence or clause in its infinitive, so it's basic form. We no longer separate it. So for example, in present tense, abwaschen, ich wasche ab. Aufräumen, du räumst auf. Anziehen, zieht sich an. Fernsehen, wir sehen fern. Ihr kauft ein. Sie stehen auf. So these are some example sentences that you can try on your own if you'd like. And then if we use them with modal verbs, for example, we can see stehen and auf, so that would become aufstehen. And I would say, ich muss 8 Uhr aufstehen. And you can do that with the rest of these sentences as practice. And that's basically separable verbs in a nutshell. Tschüss!